in Future Diary.
Kuranosuke and Princess Jellyfish.
Kyohei and the Wallflower. And very recently also I was super excited about, I played Ginoza in Psychopaths, which is now on Netflix. And also recently for video games, just came out 2 weeks ago. I'm the player character Luger Will Kresnik in Tales of Cecilia 2. I'm also a writer for Funimation and for Sentai Homework. Some of the shows I've written include AKB 0048. Let's see if I got some AKB fans. Problem shows that are coming from another world, aren't they? And for the last 2 years, I've been one of the writers for the Fairy Tale. All sorts of magic and mayhem and mischief. So, sweet, that's who I am. Who are you? So this is a Q&A panel, and you can come and tell me all about yourself by walking up to this lovely microphone. If you have any questions, please form a line, come up to the microphone, form a queue, and we'll get them answered in short order. The doctor will be with you shortly. Starting off the panel. How's it going? Gonna give you a good one? Start off right? No, not a good one? Okay. What do we got? Say that again. What was my first con experience as a guest? It was for a convention. Thank you, sir. Please give a hand to Mr. Maurice here. He's been keeping up with me and taking care of me for the last couple of days. It's awesome. First con experience was for a con in Houston, Texas called OniCon back in 2006 or 7. And if I remember correctly, it was actually the year that we premiered the Wallflower, the Wallflower Cup. And it was really cool. I had gone to a couple of cons at that point as an attendee. Like my very first con I'd ever gone to here was con in 2005, maybe 2004. It was really, really cool. Huge and overwhelming, but seriously awesome and fun. And so, getting to be a guest at a con is kind of a whole different experience in a lot of ways. Like you cease to have the ability sometimes to really just kind of walk around and see and enjoy some of the things, but not really enjoy. That's not the right word. There is a little less freedom in some cases because yeah, there could be some panels that you want to go see, but you got your own panel to do, which is fine. But I get to. A lot of times, I want to meet other voice actors that I've been listening to forever, and I don't get the chance to meet them. Like, I've been wanting to meet Lisa Ortiz for years, and I never get the chance to like go to some of the cons she's doing. But yeah, it's whatever. Overall, pretty much every experience I've had as a guest at a con has always been. Each one has always had its ups and downs, but it's always been just a really serious ride. You guys make that, so thank you so much for just being awesome. Yes, you got a great cat bug? No. What's the cat name? Bee and Puppy Cat. Rock on. Alright, cool.
Okay, so I guess I have 2 questions.
Okay.
One is, what was pretty much your favorite line for Kuranosuke and Princess Jellyfish? And what did you think about him, like, when you were getting the part? What did you think about him?
Well, favorite line, there's so many. It's hard to really pick one, but I think really, the one that always stuck out to me that I thought was just hilarious was when he's staring at the jellyfish in the jellyfish tank, and Tsukimi's trying to ask a question, and he just assumes that she's asking about his current outfit, and he just suddenly interrupts and busts out with
Oh yes, today's combination is French Lolita meets 20s Flapper.
But Kuranosuke as a character, I really kind of fell in love with the character and the show, really going into it. First and foremost, the show itself really kind of saved me from the classes that I was in as an actor, because I had been starting to get a little burnt out on anime, because a lot of the last few years we've had just this massive influx of a bunch of shows that have not a lot of substance. It's just all about you guns. So I mean, a lot of times you can lose. The shows won't necessarily put a lot of effort into substance or character or any sort of interaction. It's just how can we put the protagonist of this character show into a situation where we treat his face. But Kuranosuke in the show itself, Prince of Jellyfish, just by itself as a show, was just a very refreshing experience in the fact that it was cool to see a Japanese company actually taking risks and doing something outside of it. It was also very cool because if Kuranosuke as a character is the first time that I can remember of having a cross-dresser or any sort of transgender character being portrayed in a positive light, or especially in a light where this is a person that is actually giving advice to and being kind of nurturing to all these other actual real-world women. And it was just really, really cool. Getting to play him and getting to know him allowed me in a lot of ways as an actor to really kind of get in touch with my own feminine side. You know, and put on wigs now. But no, Kura was just, he was a very inspiring character to me, and it's been a blessing to go to a lot of these cons and have people come up and say, all they tell me is that show, just the character himself has impacted them and companies and they find more confidence in themselves when they come to the system of that show. It's just a very experience. Thank you for the question. How's it going? A little bit. Yes. Yeah, it's like 25 hours of going. Huh? What? Right, doing the attacks. No, it was. I wasn't exactly. I didn't know that he was going to be a mostly silent protagonist until I actually got to the studio. Still, at the same time, I was like, oh, okay, well, I can do sounds. That's fine. I'm still at the same. As an actor, it's like, okay, whatever. I'm still getting paid. I'll be able to pay rent this month now. Thank you. But at the same time, it would have been cool to have a little more in terms of dialogue. And it's cool to know that if you don't know, once you've beaten the game one time through, it unlocks so that whenever the choices come up, they'll actually be voiced and read aloud. But the reason why he's mostly assigned protagonist was because of the fact that having him speak a lot actually could have potentially provided a spoiler for something that happens later in the game. So that's really the only reason why he doesn't talk too terribly much. And also I think it's just because it was, I've played plenty of JRPGs or just RPGs in general where the character is silent because it helps with immersion in a way. Like you feel like you're the character, you're the one that's giving him his voice because you're the one that's making the choices for him. So yeah, I mean, as a gamer, or just as an actor or as a fan of the franchise, or specifically, that game, because I could play the Tales game, yeah! It was kind of like, aw, okay. But at the same time, I could be the Tales game! So, it's whatever, and I've been enjoying it. I've only gotten to play the first 3 chapters so far. I'm still hunting down cats. Trying to find those cats and pay off my debt. But, yeah, it's been fun. What have you thought of the game so far?
I thought that amazing. It took everything I thought was kind of good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Very cool. And so is it true, let me ask you, because I didn't play the first Silco. Is it true that they've taken a lot of the same maps and kind of put something like the Triglyph or any of those cities? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's really cool. So for those who have played Zillia 1, you won't have any trouble finding where to go. Because it's all the same. But yeah, it's been really fun. I hope that potentially they bring him back for another thing, or maybe just put him into something. Oh, with Julius! Oh, interesting. That'll be fun. And for those who don't know, Julius Kresnik, my character's brother, is voiced by J. Michael Tatum, who is also here this weekend. So.